Greetings, brethren, my name is GameWolf, and welcome to Eveline. Now, if you don't know about this game, that is probably normal, because this is just one of those browser games. Now, I saw this during the week, and it basically means you have to write a novel from the perspective of a novelist. So, I'm gonna try and see what it does. Normal nightmare, go back. Let's go normal. I have no idea why there's a skill level in there. I'm gonna move the mouse here. Saturday. The day we are today, actually. It's 5 a.m. and you're finally going to start writing seriously. Okay. You'll get up every morning and write for 3 hours, no distractions. You're going to write a truly great short story, get it published, and go from there. Okay. Time to get started. Okay, so I can move around. Oh, look at my walk cycle. I feel great. I will do something with my life. Instead of just walking to the left, walking to the right. No, I am going to do something with my life. You know? Okay. One morning when Gregor Samsa woke from... Yeah, whatever. No. I don't want any. Press space to sit in the armchair. Press space to stand up. Look at the plant. Look away. Sit at a typewriter. There's no music, so I'll add some looping music in the back, hopefully. Turn on the lamp. Turn the lamp off. I like Station 2. I hope it's not copyrighted though. Type to type, escape to the typewriter. Oh. Hold on a sec. Let me do something here. One thing I wanted to say is that I did not upload any kind of vlog with the information about facts. What I'm gonna do is sit at the typewriter and I'm gonna explain what I did in facts. See what I did there? See what I did? Yeah, combining two things in one video. You guys are lucky. So, okay. That's not what I want to type. That's not what I want to type. She sat at the window, watching the evening invade the avenue. Her head leaned against the window curtains, and in her nostrils was the odor of dusty cretonne. What is cretonne? She was tired. Two people passed. The man out of the last house passed on his way home. She heard his footsteps, clacking along the concrete pavement, and afterwards crunching on the cinder path before the new red houses. One time there used to be a field, there in which they used to play every evening with other people's children. Then a man from Belfast bought the field and built houses in it. Not like the little brown houses, but bright brick houses with shining roofs. The children of the avenue used to play together in that field. The Divines, the Waters, the Duns, little Keo the Cripple, she and her brothers and sisters. Wait, those are names? The Davines, the Waters, the Duns, little Keo the Cripple. Keo the Cripple? Really? She and her brothers and sisters. Ernest, however, never played. He was too grown up. Her father used to hunt him in out of the field. Out of the field with his blackthorn stick. But usually, little Keo used to keep nicks and call out when he saw her father coming. Still, they seem to have been rather happy then. Oh, it's the typewriter. Okay, I'm really sorry if you hear all of my typing as well. Her father was not so bad then. Besides, her mother was alive. That was a long time ago. 3 hours are over, time to go. Time to go where? Same time and place tomorrow. You wrote 217 words today. Oh. Sunday. So it kind of keeps track then. No time like the present for writing. Lie down on the rug? Why would you lie down on the rug? That is not a thing. I can't go out. Would be nice to leave, but you swore you'd stay in here for 3 hours. Oh no, this is going to be a psychological game. Her brothers and sisters were all grown up. Her mother was dead. Tizzy Dunn was dead too, and the Waters had gone back to England. Everything changes. Now she was going to go away like the others to leave her home. Home! She looked around the room, reviewing all the familiar objects which she had dusted once a week for so many years, wondering where on earth all the dust came from. Perhaps she would never see again those familiar objects from which she had never dreamed of being divided. And yet during all those years, she had never found out the name of the priest whose yellowing photograph hung on the wall above the broken harmonium beside the color print of the promises made to Blessed Margaret Mary Alacoque. What is this? This is not a game. He had been a school friend of her father. Whenever he showed a photograph to a visitor, her father used to pass it with a casual word. He's in Melbourne now. Shh. Shh, 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 shh. She had consented to go away, to leave her home. Was that wise? She tried to weigh each side of the question. In her home, anyway, she had shelter and food. She had those whom she had known all her life about her. Of course, she had to work hard, both in the house and at business. What would they say of her in the stores when they found out that she had run away with a fellow? Say she was a fool, perhaps, and her planes would be filled up by advertisement. Miss Gavin would be glad. She had always had an edge on her, especially whenever there were people listening. Miss Hill, don't you see these ladies are waiting? Look lively, Miss Hill, please. She would not cry many tears at leaving the stores, but in her new home in a distant unknown country, it would not be like that. Then she would be married. People would treat her. I have no idea what I'm doing. With respect, then, she would not be treated as her mother had been. Even now, though she was over 19, she sometimes felt herself in danger of her father's violence. She knew, 3 hours completed, back at it tomorrow morning. Is this just 360 words today? Because I'm typing away at my keyboard, that's not even normal. Monday. I think I'm gonna be stuck here for a while doing absolutely nothing. Writing time. Lie down on the rug, stand up. Yay! Don't look at me in that way. You know I'm a writer. I do all of those things just to get my inspiration. Okay. She knew it was that had given her the palpitations. When he had grown up, he had never gone for her like he used to go for Harry and Ernest, because she was a girl, but latterly he had begun to threaten her and say that he would do what he would do to her only for her dead mother's sake, and now she had nobody to protect her. Ernest was dead, and Harry, who was in a church decorating business, was nearly always down somewhere in the country. Besides, the invariable squabble for money on Saturday nights had begun to worry her unspeakably. She always gave her entire wages, 7 shillings, and Harry always sent up what he could, but the trouble was to get any money from her father. She said she used to squander the money, that she had no head, that he wasn't going to give her his hard-earned money to throw about the streets. Oh no, he said that she used to squander money, okay. And much more, for he was usually fairly bad at Saturday night. In the end, he would give her the money and ask her Ask her what? Had she any intention of buying Sunday's dinner? Then she had to rush out as quickly as she could and do her marketing, holding her black leather purse tightly in her hand as she elbowed her way through the crowds and returning home laid under her load of provisions. She had hard work to keep the house together, and to see that the 2 young children who had been left to her charge went to school regularly and got their meals regularly. It was her hard work, a hard life, but now that she was about... That is not 3 hours. Oh, I get it. She says that she's gonna write 3 hours each morning, but it's getting way less. Tuesday. What is this game? Here you are again, back to work. I'm just gonna lay here. I have seen some shit. About to leave it, she did not find it wholly undesirable life. She was about to explore another life with Frank. Frank was very kind, manly, open-hearted. She was to go away to him by the night boat to be his wife and to live with him in Buenos Aires. Logic. We had a home waiting for her. I can guess that the main character really dislikes the life she leads. Oh, I have to keep typing the tree. How well she remembered the first time she had seen him. He was lodging in a house on the main road where she used to visit. It seemed a few weeks ago. He was standing at the gate, his peaked cap pushed back on his head, and his hair tumbled forward over a face of bronze. Then they had come to know each other. I think this is gonna be a weird story. He used to meet her outside the stores every evening and see her home. He took her to see the Bohemian Girl and she felt elated as she sat in an unaccustomed part of the theater with him. He was awfully fond of music and sang a little. People knew that they were courting, and when he sang about the lass that loves a sailor, she always felt pleasantly confused. He used to call her Poppins out of fun. Poppins? What a name is Poppins? First of all, it had been an excitement for her to have a fellow, and she had begun to like him. He had tales of distant countries. He had started as a deck boy at £1 a month on the ship on the Allen Line going out to Canada. Oh, Canada! He told her the names of the ships had been on and names of the different services. He had sailed through the Straits of Mag. You've done for your 3 hours for now. You come back to it tomorrow morning. Me? I have no idea what this game is. Wednesday. Another day, another block of writing. Laying down. There we go. The Straits of Magellan, and he told her stories of the terrible Patagonia. He had fallen on his feet in Buenos Aires, he said, and had come over to the old country just for the holiday. Of course, his father had found out the affair and had forbidden her to have anything to say to him. I know these sailor chaps, he said. On. Come on, hurry up. One day, he had quarreled with Frank, and after that, she had to meet her lover secretly. The evening deepened in the avenue, the white of 2 letters in her lap. The white of 2 letters in her lap? Grew indistinct. One was to Harry, the other one was to her father. Ernest had been her favorite, but she liked Harry too. Her father was becoming old lady, she noticed. He would miss her. Sometimes he would be very nice. Not long before, when she had been laid up for a day, he had read her out a ghost story and made her toast for her at the fire. Oh, that's nice. Another day when her mother was alive, they had all gone for a picnic to the hill of Howth. She remembered her father putting on her mother's bonnet to make the children laugh. Her time was running out, but she continued to sit by the window, leaning her head against the window curtain, inhaling the odor of dusty cretonne. Again, down far in the avenue, she could hear a street organ playing. She knew the air. Strange that it should come that every night to remind her of the promise to her mother, her promise to keep the home together as long as she could. She remembered the last night of her mother's illness. She was again in the closed dark room at the other side of the hall, and that's it for today. Back to the desk tomorrow morning. I think this game is getting a little bit worthless. Thursday. Time to get back to your story. Wait. Your story? Oh. I think I get it. I think I get what's happening. I think I understand. Here's what's probably happening while I'm typing. You can go ahead and read it on the screen. I'm sorry, I'll type a little bit slower. But apparently, if you start writing your first story, your actual emotions, experiences, etc. actually go into the story. So that's why it just said, your story. Because this is not a story about some made-up character. This could actually be the story of Eveline herself here, or the main character. Closing in final craziness. She trembled as she heard again her mother's voice, saying constantly with foolish insistence, Daravon surround. Daravon surround. She stood up in a sudden impulse of terror. Escape, she must escape. Frank would save her, he would give her life, perhaps love too, but she wanted to live. Why should she be unhappy? She had a right to happiness. Frank would take her in his arms, fold her in his arms. He would save her. She stood among the swaying crowd in the station at the north wall. He held her hand and she knew that he was speaking to her, saying something about the passes over and over again. The station was full of soldiers with brown baggages. You've done your 3 hours now. Back to the desk tomorrow morning. What is this game? I gotta check if I... Good God, I've been recording for a quarter of an hour already. What? Well, there's a typewriter, back to it. I'm gonna lay on the rock first. Through the wide doors of the sheds, he caught a glimpse of the black mass of the boat lying inside the clay wall with illuminated portholes. She answered nothing. She felt her cheek pale and cold, and out of the maze of distress, she prayed to God to direct her, to show her what was her duty. The boat blew a long, mournful whistle into the mist. If she went, tomorrow she would be on the sea with Frank, steaming towards Buenos Aires. Their passage had been booked. Could she still draw back after all he had done for her? The distress awoke a nausea in her body, and she kept moving her lips in silent, fervent prayer. A. B. C. D. E. F. G. A bell clanged upon her heart. She felt him seize her hand. Come, all the seas of the world tumbled about her heart. He was drawing her into them. He would drown her. She gripped with both hands at the iron railing. Come! No, 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 it was impossible. Her hands clutched the iron in frenzy, and the sea she sent a cry of anguish. Eveline! Evie! Eveline? Evie? He rushed beyond the barrier and called to her to follow. He was shouted at to go on, but he still called to her. She had her white face to him, passive, like a helpless animal. Her eyes gave him no sign of love or farewell or recognition. You did it. The story is written. Time to call a literary agent and send it off to be inevitably published. I'm gonna lie down on the rug first. Better call an agent before you head off. Get the process started. Hello? You have a story you'd like to send us? Well, please feel free to send it. We try to read everything we receive. Once we've received and taken a look, we'll let you know if we're interested. Goodbye. That's it, you called an agent. Now you just have to send a manuscript off and then wait for them to accept it. Huh. Now all you have to do is wait. Three weeks later. God, that's an awful long time. It's been long enough since you sent in your story. They must have read it by now. Time to give that agent a call and find out what's happening. Let me lie down on the rock first, because I don't feel very well about this. I can't type on the typewriter anymore. I can look at the plant. Hello? Oh, yes, we received your... Why is... This is weird. Your is always in these brackets. Like the... Oh, no. I think I have an idea. I'm going to continue because mostly I'm wrong, but it's very well written, a lovely piece of work. The only problem is that it was written by James Joyce and published in 1904. Please don't contact us again. Well, this just increases your determination. Short stories aren't interesting anyway. You will write a great novel instead. Time to get to work. What? But you want me to write another novel? No. No. Oh. The screen's fading. Oh, sorry, mouse is on the screen. The end. The end. That's it? That's what you're gonna end on. I literally have no idea what I just played. What? Alright, let me give you my 2 cents on it. I don't even know what I just did. Like, sure, some people have the inspiration, or the wanting, or the need to write a story. And I've had that. A lot of my friends had it, and they actually did it. I did so too, but I never really published it, and I never would because it sucked. I mean, it was something that I wanted to do for personal reasons. But how can you write a story without knowing that it was already written? That is one of my questions I have for this. I really don't get how... And then it ends with her trying to write a great novel, and it said, "Call me Ishmael." I don't get this game, and I really wish I did. But I do have to say that as weird as the experience was, it did have something. And I know that's weird for me saying, knowing that my recent, how shall I say, reviews were kinda sharp. But there is this, I can't really explain it. It has this kind of environment that makes you feel weirded out. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this episode here. I have no idea what I just played. But anyway, if you are still here after about 20 minutes of that, I don't know what it was. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. If you really like the video, go ahead and give me a paws up. And I will see all of you brethren in the next video. Goodbye everybody. Alright, so one thing I did do up on, I actually